lessons have been planned with the intention of making you, the viewer, a fluent speaker of Geordie. It's many years since I first perceived the need for such a course. In fact, I was a schoolboy at the time. The rain in Passy Main falls mainly down the drain. I became greatly upset when a master was appointed to give lessons in speech training. He insisted that the beautifully mellifluous class should no longer be used. Instead, we should say mud, or rather, mad. But we all liked speaking Geordie and did not agree with him. Mad. Mud! Mad. Mud! After 6 months of such lessons, he broke. Mud! Crisis point came at religious assembly when he prefaced the introductory prayer with, "What fettle the day, lads? Eyes doon, look in." These words were his downfall. He was drowned out of the NUT and blackballed from the lit and Phil. And now, as I recall those memorable words spoken so long ago, I am reminded of the power and sheer poetry of Geordie spoken at its best. After the Geordie benediction, "Gan on, kidder, get stuck in," we begin the first lesson by learning some typical Geordie sounds. "Howie the lads!" I'll shoot that soon, recordist. As I was saying, the first sound to learn is Howie, the Geordie R. Or to be technical, the uvula R. This is both rolling and guttural, combining the best effects of Billy Connolly at his most raucous with the sound of an old nanny goat being sick. An interesting historical fact about the Geordie R is its marked improvement during the Industrial Revolution, when hours were long and lunch breaks were short. It became the habit for working Geordies to hastily request a pint of the local brew. "Here's a boon, Jack." And whilst in the act of consuming same, would order a second. "Here's a boon, Jack." This improved gargling note resulted in northern barmen of that era dressing in sou'wester and oilskins. "Here's a boon, Jack." Now, students, you are ready to try reproducing the Geordie R for yourselves. 1. Open the gob to its full extent. 2. Vibrate the tonsils in an anti-clockwise action. Anti-clockwise, you fool. 3. Summon up a hacking cough. Just as it emerges, change it into an R sound, thus producing the full Geordie R in all its pure beauty. If you should live south of the Weir, have been to Sandhurst Public School, or lived in Darras Hall or Clean Village, then you'll really find wrapping your tonsils round the war sound very, very tricky. So, try mixing a compound of surgical spirits and Madras curry powder, and anointing the tonsils with it. It has never been known to fail. Having mastered the first and most typical of all Geordie sounds, we are now ready for lesson 2, featuring the Geordie diphthong. This is defined as the combination of two adjacent vowels or vowel-like sounds into one sonorous syllable, and has been further described by Professor Jollop of Newcastle University as a right load of Let us give an example. In English, certain key letters of the alphabet are pronounced thus: A, E, Y, I. A, E, Y, I. However, in Geordie, these letters are pronounced thus: Ear, ear, Y, I. Ear, E, Y, I. Practice these sounds with me. Ear, ear, Y, I. Ear, ear, Y, I. Ear, E, Y, I. Have you got it? Why, aye, man. A fine example of a complete word incorporating the Geordie diphthong is bear. Bear. It's used when commenting upon the merits of a cigar or cigarette. They're not a bad tab. They're not a bad tab. Or if your pater should be indisposed, me dad's bad with a beer. Me dad's bad with a beer. A further useful Geordie diphthong is found in the noun yam. Yam. As used when returning home to the little woman. I'm gunning yam to war lass. I'm gunning yam to war lass. All phrases may be given particular intimate or authentic colloquial meaning by the addition of the expression, yeah, buggerma! Remember to roll that R. Yeah, buggerma! Now, with dentures well stuck in place, you are at last ready for lesson 3, a practical oral test in which you, the viewer, will venture into Geordie land itself and test your newly acquired knowledge on the residents. A highly trained native guide will lead you to the territory of the former headhunters of Bladen. Proceed with extreme caution. Don't wear a bowler or a deer stalker. The natives may mistake you for an income tax collector, or one of the landed gentry, or a member of Parliament. Safely wearing a flat tweed cap, enter the local hostelry and commence using all your Geordie phrases learned to date in correct chronological order. 1. There's a yak. 2. They're not a bad cab. And again, they're not a bad cab. 3. I feel bad with a beer. I omitted to inform you of another vital phrase to be used by students downing their first brown ale in one gulp. It incorporates a powerful Geordie diphthong and reads, "Where's the netty?" I'm gunning yam to war lass.
I was right. He'll always be a waster.
5. Yeah, buggerma. Although difficulties will be encountered at first, keep on practicing until words perfect. And keep your eyes sharp for further lessons. Count as a piece.